Yep, I got you.
Yep, I got you. All right, man. I'm glad to see you, healthy back at practice today. But I could imagine that yesterday was kind of a scare for you. So could you maybe walk us through what Sunday was like from your perspective?
Yeah, well, it's I get a call at 6 in the morning saying that I tested positive, and obviously it's nothing that you want to hear. And I'm sitting there like, I feel fine, and there's nothing wrong. Again, I come in, I'm trying to get in the building. Obviously, I got to go through protocol and have to get tested. I went through the test that was right here. It gives you results in 15 minutes. That came back negative. And all of a sudden, all the stuff about the NFL, there's about 11 teams or whatever that was affected. So obviously, I was super frustrated that I wasn't here yesterday. You lose a rep that I can't get back. At the same time, I think it was a good opportunity for our team to kind of go through a day of adversity like this, and it allowed us to give us an opportunity to have this in case it were a game day. If it was a Saturday, a day before a game, where maybe these tests that we're taking, the rapid test that we took here, is that going to clear you? So I'm sure a lot of these questions that maybe hadn't been asked or hadn't really been worked out, hopefully those get fast-tracked and we have a clear, concise plan when season comes around.
Just to clarify there, so you said you got the call and then you came to the facility and you took a test that registers a result within 15 minutes?
Correct. And what we do, we do a nasal swab, and then they send those to a lab in New Jersey, and those get all overnight results. Obviously, the one in 15 minutes that doesn't produce a whole lot of results, or whatever the case may be. It's hard to get a bunch of different test results from that one machine. So luckily we had that, and I was able to kind of have some peace of mind throughout the day and know that I was clear of it, and I hadn't affected anybody, and it just took me one extra day. So it's a day I can't get back, but at the same time, it could be worse.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks for clarifying, man. Like I said, glad it was ended up being a false positive for you.
Thank you, Marcel. Appreciate you.
Hi, Josh. You mentioned peace of mind. In any way, did this experience where you don't know what's going on until you finally get it all straightened out, did it rattle your confidence in sort of this system? Because all you guys got to rely on this, and the NFLPA is, according to a report from it's out there, they've put it out there publicly, that they're launching an investigation into this lab in New Jersey and into the whole, whether the right protocols are being followed. So in any way, is this affecting the way you look at the whole thing?
One, I'm happy that it happened now instead of come season time. If this were to happen on Saturday or Sunday, who knows if I'd be playing. So I'm glad. I know it sucks that I was kind of the guinea pig and whatnot and a part of that process, but I'm glad it wasn't then. I'm glad it was now. We're able to kind of move past it. Hopefully we do get some results, and we do still have that confidence in the testing system that we're doing. And throughout the league, I know we've been super low on cases, and I hope it continues that way. And again, I'm glad that the negatives came back.
And Josh, one football follow-up. You obviously you didn't get a chance to do so yesterday, but in the time you've had, this limited time in training camp, and then a little bit in the off season, if you could discuss the process of developing timing with Stefon Diggs specifically, because he's new to you, how that is going and what's involved with getting to that point where both of you are feeling you're on the same page.
I think the timing is getting there. I think Steph's a fantastic player, and he's a guy that can adjust and do some freakish things on the football field. I think what a key part of having a good quarterback-receiver relationship is the communication between the two. Last year, me and Cole, me and John had great communication. We watched a lot of film together. Obviously, with the limited amount of time and reps that we've had, as far as watching film and stuff goes, we're a little behind on that. But that's going to change here. We'll start sitting down and kind of going over things that we see, that I see, and he's going to be able to relay that back to me and try to get on the same page that way. But I think right now, the things that he's able to do, I'm reading him extremely well. He's made some crazy plays already, and I can't wait to be on the field with him.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, John Scott. Good to see you. Glad everything got evened out there. We asked Sean about no fans in the stands here, while like in Miami, it was announced that for the game, they're going to have limited fans. What are your thoughts on playing road games that potentially could have fans while not having those, as of now, at home?
I mean, I'd like to say that it doesn't matter and it doesn't affect us, but going into a road environment, that's going to be different across the league. I think that's kind of a tough thing to do, just as far as game planning, and it's kind of an unfair advantage. But again, I think if you go to certain stadiums, their fans aren't super loud, and you go to a place like Seattle where their fans are extremely loud. You just kind of have to roll with the punches. At the end of the day, we're playing football, and we can't really let anything outside of the field affect us. So if that's the case, we'll roll with it. Hopefully that here in Buffalo and Western New York, we can get some fans packed in the stadium before the season's all said and done, and do a good job of continuing to control this thing in this area.
Thanks.
Hey, Josh. Andre Roberts and Isaiah McKenzie had pretty good days today. What have you seen from some of those receivers who are battling to make a roster spot this training camp?
Yeah, I mean, the competition, it's obviously heating up, and as the days dwindle down, we're going to have to see guys that are continuously making plays. And I can't say a bad thing about any one of our guys. I mean, I think our guys can go and play anywhere. Obviously, it's the league. There's business decisions that need to be made. But right now, our guy, I'm just super proud of our room, how they've been out there competing, going through their process, how they've been learning the playbook. And we've been throwing a lot of different stuff at them, and they've been able to handle it and run with it in stride. So it's good to see these guys out here making plays. I love each and every one of them. And, at the end of the day, we want what's best for them and what's best for this football team. And they're giving everything they got right now.
Thanks.
Josh, Mookie Harkins, Wellford Sports 1080. What's good?
Mook, what's up?
Oh, man, I can't complain. Top of the week. We already know it's a business week for us, on Mondays. And getting back into the swing of things offensively, man. First 4 weekend pads. How crisp is this offense actually moving right now?
I think we're moving at a good pace. I think what Coach Dable has been doing and our coaching staff implementing the offense that we have, I think has been pretty smooth. I think we've got a good base of what we want to do this season. We're still kind of tinkering with a few different ideas, and again, that's going to take practice reps, and we're going to have to adjust it in game sometimes. So I do feel good with where we're at. We're not anywhere near where we want to be or where we need to be yet. But that comes with, again, timing and repetition. I love being out in the football field, and I hated missing yesterday because that's a day I'll never get back. But went out there today, had a good day. Offense and defense are, we're both flying around trying to make some plays.
Now, speaking of flying around and making some plays, sometimes, and I know you don't like to do it, but when it comes to tucking and run, a lot of people, they think of Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson, but, you finished second in rushing yards, you finished first in rushing TDs. Why do you get criticized a lot when you tuck and run?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the criticism. I don't know. Maybe because I take too many hits. That's the only thing I can think of. But when the opportunity presents itself, I think it's a good option for myself and for this team. Is picking up the sticks here or there, or trying to get in the end zone when we're down in the red zone. But my mindset this year is a little different. I'm trying to get the ball into our playmakers' hands and let them make some plays because they're a lot quicker and shiftier than I am. So, but when my number's called, I'll step up to the plate for the team.
Absolutely. We know a dog can be a dog, man, but it's good to have you back in the building, and be safe, man.
Appreciate you, Mook. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, Josh. George Radney, Challenger Community News and 105.5 The Beat radio station, Pro Talk Plus sports host. Question for you this afternoon. Have they incorporated any screen passes into the so far? Because I know it's with everybody coming in, have they incorporated any screen passes or other short passes of that nature so far in the training camp?
Not a whole lot. We're kind of working on our base stuff right now, and obviously I think screens are a point of emphasis of what we want to work on, and we weren't anywhere near good enough to last year in the screen game. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but we're just kind of working on our base stuff right now and seeing what guys can do and seeing what guys can make some plays.
What percentage would you say now with the no OTAs and things, the rust, where do you feel percentage-wise that the offense is at just going through the playbook?
Ooh, percentage-wise, that's tough. As far as the playbook being put in, I think we're probably 80% of what's in our game plan and what we're going to do this year. And again, we're going to continue to tweak things. And when guys start making some plays and we got some more confidence and more trust in some of our guys, we're going to have to tweak some things and put different types of guys on the field. So again, that's all in-game adjustments and something that probably will happen here in the foreseeable future. Just kind of trying to see different looks and see what guys can do.
Great. Thank you very much. And hey, continue to make today your day.
Thank you, George. You as well.
Hey, Josh, Thad Brown, WROC. When it comes to not having fans in the stands, how does that change how you manage checks and audibles at the line of scrimmage when you and the defense will be able to hear each other, clear as day? Will it be tougher to hide those kind of things, during a game?
Yeah, potentially. I think we're going to have to do a good job of paying attention to the TV copies of what we're saying. We're going to have to change things and tweak things throughout the year. And I'm sure every team's probably thinking about that right now. So it's something that we haven't experienced, something that, I hopefully I can kind of talk to some of my resources. I know Coach Dorsey's been in the game. And just guys that have been around the game, I can ask them a few questions and just to see what they did and how they handled it. So, again, it's going to be a learning curve that we're going to have to go through, but I'm sure it's not going to be that big of a factor.
Is that something you've talked about? And is it a matter of, do you have to come up with more fun code words to get through the season to figure stuff out this year?
I mean, we've got almost every freaking word in the thesaurus. So we're going to have to find some different ways to call different plays. But, again, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, and we'll adjust if need be.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, Matt Perino here. Thanks for taking some time. You had a few padded practice here now to kind of run through things. And what have you seen in front of you in terms of your offensive line? I know a lot of continuity there with everybody that's come back, but how would you evaluate how they've done so far?
I think they've been doing a good job. And I think with the absence of John and, we miss him from a leadership standpoint and just having a guy like that in the locker room. So hopefully he gets back soon and gets healed up because we miss him. But the guys that they've been putting out there, I know it's been a different rotation in the right side, and we're figured out from our center to our left tackle. So there's still some things that our guys are battling out right now, and coaches want to see what the guys can do. But I think the continuity between everybody that's kind of been rotated in has been fantastic. The communication's been great, and I think that's kudos to Coach Bobby and what he's been teaching these guys because they've been on top of their game. So again, it's no different. And I think whatever happens, and we'll roll with it.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's it for today. Thanks, Josh. You guys stay on the line. We're going to make it coming up next.